Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Justin Fields exposes the truth of the reason why he believes he may be benched in favor of quarterback Russell Wilson this Sunday versus the New York Jets. So, after this week's practice, it seems more and more likely that Russell Wilson will be the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers at quarterback when they take on the New York Jets this Sunday. And this is mainly because he is taking most of the first team reps in practice, and he's the first quarterback in the pecking order when it comes to drills. And usually that means that you will be the starter. He's returned off a calf injury in which he was out basically all offseason, some of the preseason, and most of the regular season thus far, in which he just returned last week to the sidelines for the first time as quarterback number 2. So he's returned off of the calf injury, and now he's apparently fully healthy. And it seems as though Mike Tomlin will decide to go his direction this Sunday as the Steelers' new starting quarterback. What does this mean for Justin Fields? Well, it doesn't matter that he started off the season 4-2, because based off his comments, he kind of understands the reason why he may be benched this week. So here's his thought on potentially being benched by Mike Tomlin this Sunday. He exposes the truth and the reason why he believes he will be benched. He says this, and I quote, "I don't think I played good enough, if I'm being real with you. If I'm being real with myself, I think if I did play well enough, I don't think there would be any sort of who should be playing, who should not. At the end of the day, I got a few wins, of course. I'm glad about that. But there's areas I could be better at, and I'm just going to continue to work on those and continue to get better." End quote. So, obviously Justin Fields feels as though he could be playing better, and if he was playing fantastic, he would not be benched. It basically goes along with what Mike Tomlin said about Justin Fields in his Tuesday press conference, saying that yes, he's played good, but it's not great. His play was not great. So that's basically what Justin Fields says in his press conference today. So I'm going to go on to a different comment about what Justin Fields said about Russell Wilson and just the team in general right now. Justin Fields said this later on. He said, "I want to be 6-0 right now, but it was a great opportunity for me. Of course, I'm grateful for the opportunity I did get those first 6 weeks of the season, and we'll just see what happens this week. I'm just doing the same thing I was doing. I just do my job at the end of the day, whether that's playing, helping the guys out on the sideline, telling them what I see, helping Russ out there if he's out there. So just small stuff like that." Then he was asked on the opportunity of maybe playing on Sunday, but in a reduced role. And he said this, "I think you just never know what happens. It's a long season, and life is crazy in general. So you just never know." End quotes. So, just to recap everything, he knows the reason why he's being benched. And if you really look at his comments, this is talk of a quarterback who knows that he will not be the starter this Sunday. Everything he's saying basically falls in line with Russell Wilson starting. If not, he would be more confident that he would be out there. But obviously answering questions about a reduced role and things like that, it's obvious that maybe he knows already that he will be quarterback number 2 this Sunday Night Football against New York Jets. So when looking at his composure though, this shows why people in the Bears locker room like DJ Moore, their star receiver, and other players did not want him to leave and wanted the team to build around him because he has the capabilities of being a leader and voicing his not frustration to the media or anyone else. He's very composed, and he was composed all the way throughout this press conference, even for a guy who may be demoted to quarterback number 2. And it shows kind of the leader that he is and the player and the teammate he is. Being happy for the players around him, happy that the team is winning right now in terms of having a 4-2 record, obviously feeling that he could do better, but also not being down and not throwing a fit that he will be benched because the team is having success. And he believes whatever the team needs to happen, whether that needs for him to start or come off the bench, he's willing to do it because it's in the greater good of the team. And even if he doesn't deeply believe that, He's voicing that to the media and not letting it become a bigger storyline because he's saying bad stuff in the media, because he's not. He's saying all the right things, and it shows the type of person and leader that he truly is. And that's why the Bears did not want him to leave and want the team to build around him, but they didn't. And they moved on to Caleb Williams, drafting the #1 quarterback in the draft class, of course. But now the Steelers had this quarterback, and he's doing the exact same thing here, being a great person and great leader for this team. And at the end of the day, based off his comments, him exposing that, hey, I'm not playing good enough, and that's the reason why I'm being benched, this really doesn't make sense. Because when you look at that, you look at the record the Steelers have, in reality, they should be 5-1. They should beat the Colts easily if the defense just doesn't play poorly all game. Because the offense was able to score points, Justin Fields was able to do his thing, put up 20-something points, and the defense just allowed 30 plus. So if they held the Colts to less points, the Steelers win that game. Obviously they don't, so they don't have the 5-1 record. They have 4-2. But either way, 4-2 record right now is a good record for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Many people predicted them to be bottom of the AFC North Division. Well, no, they're tied for first. So a player like Justin Fields, who's better than Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud, and all these other quarterbacks in terms of quarterback rating, completion percentage, turnover to interception ratio, or touchdown to interception ratio, and everything like that. He's doing a really good job playing quarterback for the Steelers. I'm not saying that he's better than all those quarterbacks I just named, but in terms of the rating and things like that, so far this season, he has been better statistic-wise. And he's only had, one interception, one fumble, and then he has 10 touchdowns in total. 5 through the air, 5 on the ground. So he's been a successful quarterback so far this season, and it's not based off his play. Because without him extending the plays, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense would look even more terrible. So I do not believe it's based off his play, and I truly believe it's based off of, hey, the Steelers promised Russell Wilson the starting job when he signed here this offseason, and the Steelers probably just don't want to take that away from him because of an injury and not see what he's capable of. So Mike Tomlin is turning to Russell Wilson now because he's back from injury, and if he plays poorly, it may just go back to Justin Fields next week. Who knows? But I believe that's the reason. Probably because Russell Wilson was promised a job when he was signed here this offseason, and he is the veteran quarterback, so he takes top priority, and like Mike Tomlin has said, he's in pole position because of the veteranness he has on this team. And he's also a captain of this football team. So how can he be a captain if you don't play? So obviously Steelers have to give him some type of role in this team, and that's why he may be getting his quarterback #1 job back this week against the Jets. But don't get me wrong, just because I'm saying that Justin Fields has been a really good quarterback this season for the Steelers through the air and through the ground doesn't mean that he's been perfect. And the one area I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers may be getting better at because of Russell Wilson, I'm not here to just clown on Russell Wilson, all that. The one area I believe they will get better at with Russell Wilson is purely passing the ball. Not the run game, not the extending of the plays, but purely, hey, I know how to read a defense to the top of my ability better than basically anyone else in the league because I've been doing it for 15 plus years. I'm 36 years old, and I could do it at a high level. So that's where the Steelers will be getting better. Maybe the reads of throwing to George Pickens and not maybe predetermined we're going to go before the snap of the ball and actually letting the play develop. Maybe actually hitting Terrell Austin on some of these plays where he's wide open or is hitting open receivers and purely passing the ball. The one place that they won't get better at is, and they'll get worse at, is obviously run the ball. Because you're not going to get those 50 plus, 75 plus yards running per game based off of the quarterback. And those extend the plays when there's pressure in Russell Wilson's face, when the offense line can't hold up because they're all injured, that's when he won't be able to scramble. There's going to be more sacks, everything like that. So even though they may be getting better at passing the ball, in terms of pure pass, they will get the extension of the plays, more sacks, maybe more turnovers because of it, and also run the ball at a lower capability. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. That's the end of this video, but let me know your thoughts. Who do you believe should be the starter this Sunday? And how do you think Justin Fields has handled this kind of demotion to quarterback number 2 based off his words. I believe he's handled it like a true leader in the locker room. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis, reports, everything coverage of Pittsburgh Steelers football. This is the best spot for it, especially if you want to watch it and listen to it and not have to read about it. So stay tuned to this channel, turn notifications, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.